Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Historical Insights, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating aspects of history and uncover stories from the past. I'm your host, Saim Ahmed, and today we are exploring the intricate world of Roman domestic architecture and villas. Joining me are three brilliant university students, Arbaz Khan, Abdul Hakim, and Nuruddin. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thanks, Sam. Happy to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Absolutely can't wait to dive in.
So, let's start with the basics. Roman domestic architecture is renowned for its sophistication and innovation. Arbaz, can you give us a bit of historical context?
Sure thing, Sam. The Romans were quite advanced in their architectural techniques, and this extended to their home. The earliest Roman houses or domus date back to the early Republic period. These were single-family homes centered around an atrium, which was an open courtyard with a pool called an impluvium to collect rainwater. The design was practical but also aimed to impress visitors.
Interesting. Now, Abdul Hakim, could you tell us about the key architectural features that made these homes unique?
Of course, as Arbaz mentioned, the atrium was a central feature, but there were other important elements as well. For example, the peristyle, a garden surrounded by a colonnade, provided a serene outdoor space. Rooms were often decorated with elaborate mosaics and frescoes, showcasing both wealth and artistic taste. Wealthy Romans might have a separate dining room or triclinium with couches arranged by logging while eating.
And let's not forget the pumping. Roman had pretty sophisticated pumping system. They used lead pipes to bring water into houses for washrooms, fortresses and toilets. It's like ancient version of latest technology.
Ah, yes, the famous Roman baths. Speaking of which, Arbaz, do you have any anecdotes about notable Roman figures and their homes?
Oh, absolutely. Take, for example, the houses of the Viti in Pompeii. This house belonged to the two freedmen, Aulus Vetius Conviva and Aulus Vetius Restitutus, who became quite wealthy. The house is famous for its beautifully preserved frescoes and elaborate design, reflecting their social status. It's fascinating because it shows how social mobility could be reflected in domestic architecture.
And then there is a Hadrian's villa, which was not just a house but more like a small city. Emperor Hadrian built this vast complex in Tivoli, which included palaces, theaters, libraries, and baths. It was a clear display of imperial power and personal taste.
Hadrian's villa even had a private island with a pool, complete with a library and dining room. Talking about luxury. I bet he had a hard time living for work.
Sounds like Hadrian had the ultimate work from home setup. Imagine he had a cricket match to catch at Gaddafi Stadium. He might never leave.
True. Can you imagine if the Romans had cricket? Maybe if Hadrian would have built a mini Colosseum just for his matches. And Hadrian hit six. The crowd goes wild.
I can already see the Roman commentary. By Jove, that was a splendid boundary.
Or a political debate in atrium, like a Senate section. Caesar, you are betting for the wrong team.
Exactly. Or imagine Caesar would, speaking of politics, I wonder what Caesar would think of modern politics. Maybe something like it to Imran.
Exactly. Or imagine Caesar watching the Pakistan cricket team. The bowling attack is strong, but where's the consistency?
Right? Or yet be amazed by how we still have load shedding issues by Jupiter. Where is the electricity?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Now let's bring to a contemporary connection. How do you think Roman domestic architecture influenced modern home design?
Well, the open floor plans we see today in modern homes are reminiscent of the Roman atrium. The idea of creating a central open space for light and air is something we have definitely borrowed.
Even not to mention the importance of outdoor spaces. Modern homes often feature patios, gardens, and courtyards, which are direct descendants of the Roman peristyle.
Let's not forget the decoration elements. They use also the decoration elements on their houses, walls, and other features to enhance the beauty of their houses. This this thing we also adopt in current time.
Great points, I must say. Before we wrap up, I would love to hear from each of you what's your favorite aspect of Roman domestic architecture and why.
It's the mosaics, the craftsmanship and artistry involved are incredible. Each piece tells a story and add up so much character to a space.
Honestly, I am fascinated by the engineering, particularly by the plumbing. The fact that they had such advanced water systems is mind blowing and shows how innovative the Romans were.
I have to say their gardens. The idea of private outdoor space within your house was absolutely amazing. Love it. The timeless concept of adding much quality of life.
Wonderful insight. Thank you, Arbas, Abdul Hakim, and Nuruddin for sharing your knowledge and enthusiasms about Roman domestic architecture. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks, Sam. It was great.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Absolutely love it and enjoyed it.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning into Historical Insights. So, here's a quick overview for our listeners that we guys had the discussion about the Roman domestic architecture focusing on houses and villas. So first of all, Arbas explained that Roman houses known as the domas were single-family homes centered around an atrium, an open courtyard with a pool corner inclusive to collect rainwater. Abdul Hakim highlighted the importance of the atrium and the peristyle, a garden surrounded by a colonnade. Noruddin added that Romans had a sophisticated plumbing system with lead pipes for water. Advance shares some anecdotes about the house of the Vitae in Pompeii and the Hadrian Villa, showcasing how Roman homes reflected social status and personal taste. We also joke about Roman playing cricket and how Caesar might react to modern politics and issues like load shedding. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us for more historical insights. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the past and present.